to welcome everyone here this morning to the dedication of the Lake Park High School Memorial Garden. It's good to see so many of you. It's truly a pleasure to also see a vision that has turned into reality. And that's what we have here today, a vision that became reality. I like to look at the Memorial Garden not as something static, but rather as a living testament to those who made Lake Park what it is. A place where their presence, no matter how long ago, still lives on. The Greek playwright Aeschylus noted some 2,500 years ago that pain, which cannot forget, falls drop by drop upon the heart until, in our own despair, against our own will, wisdom somehow comes through the grace of God. Those here today know only too well the pain associated with the loss of a loved one, a child, a significant other, a colleague, or a mentor. Yet from the heartfelt pain that comes from such a loss, we gain understanding. An understanding of the blessings of life, the significance of others in our lives, and how they can have an indelible imprint on our lives. So it is this that I would like to focus on. Not the pain of loss, but the celebration of the special lives of those who have touched each of us. And hopefully this memorial garden will provide a place not only to reflect on what those special people meant to us, but to celebrate and recognize the role they played in our lives. And in the process, provide us with an opportunity to recognize the gift we had in them, the memories we built with them, and realize that our lives somehow have become better because we had the benefit of walking beside them in life. I would now like to turn the program over to Mariana Colucci and Noel Fiorito, our two student representatives on the Lake Park Foundation, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. To introduce Sam Baker, who is director of the Lake Park High School Chorus, and the members of the Lake Park High School Chorus, who will sing "Hark I Hear the Harps Eternal." It's now my pleasure to introduce two special people to Lake Park High School. First of all, East Campus Principal Jim Roberts. And West Campus Principal Janet Constein, who will talk a little bit about the history of the Memorial Garden.
Good morning all, and welcome to Lake Park High School's West Campus. So great to see all of you this morning. Like all significant projects, the realization of the Memorial Garden was the result of the work of multiple groups of individuals. Let me explain to you how the idea came to be. The first group that's innately involved in this is our students. I'm going to rewind just a little bit. In the summer of 2013, we had a group called the Lancer Nation emerge, and I hope you've heard of them. There were several staff members and 4 students who went to a leadership training in Colorado that summer. And their mission, when they came home, they had to develop a mission, was to create a force called the Lancer Nation that would involve all students. And they envisioned it initially as a group who would be highly supportive in the areas of athletics and activities. Athletes would go to plays. Actors and actresses would go to choral concerts. Those fire members would show up at athletic events, and they would be highly supportive of each other. It was a great start, a great launch. They had wonderful energy, and they were predominantly, initially, surrounded, their activities were oriented towards fun, towards spirit, and very upbeat things. And then the sudden passing of sophomore student Jake Hilligoss was the first profoundly sad and challenging situation that young group of people encountered. For those of you who work with teens, you know that when these things happen, they oftentimes don't know exactly what to do with their emotions. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to make of the situation. For some, this is the first unexpected death in their life. And with young people, sometimes these deaths are a result of long illness, sometimes of an unexpected and sudden accident, and even sometimes, sadly, the result of one's own hand. Our crisis team is available to help our students process these moments, and they did so in thinking about Jake and his unexpected passing. But the students' actions didn't stop there. Several upperclassmen, including Mari Colucci, Abby Veers, and James Palmer, came to meet with me. And they had a variety of ideas percolating to help honor Jake. What could they do? And we sat and we expanded our conversation. We were talking through the need to try to balance respect for the individual and the emotions that the students were feeling and the emotions of the family involved. They initially came up with this idea that we would honor Jake at a basketball game and that there would be a moment of silence, and then after the game that the students would head outside and they would launch these Chinese lanterns up in the air. I have to be honest with you, I'd never seen that before. They kept reassuring me, Mrs. Constein, we won't set the place on fire, it won't happen. But we did that. So after the game, it was a cold evening, and a whole group of kids went out to the junior lot, and we launched a number of these Chinese lanterns in Jake's memory. And they had wonderful things to say. It was a very, very important moment. But then secondarily, what started generating in our discussion was this idea of something more permanent, something more meaningful that could always be here. Not that transcendent lantern that goes up into the air and eventually burns itself out, right? There's nothing left of it. We need something permanent that could be here, always on campus, if these moments would arise. As the students were discussing how to appropriately honor their classmates who have passed, Jim Roberts and I had this wonderful serendipitous moment occur. We also had the Lake Park Educational Foundation come to us and say, hey, it's our 25th anniversary, and we would really like to dedicate a strong effort towards raising some funds and doing something important for the school. And all of a sudden the light bulb went on for both of us. There are these students who have this great passion. We have the foundation, and we know their work. And could these two things come together? And indeed they did. Mariana Colucci and Noel Fiorito serve as those student liaisons on the foundation board, and they began to brainstorm ways in which the students could help in the efforts. And the foundation activated its organizational and fundraising strength to launch this project from idea to action. They involved our building and maintenance staff under the direction of Bob Nagaro and Bob Woods to provide manpower, They involve vendors such as Archon, Earth Care Incorporated, Gunther Gallery and Design, Platteville Nursery, Schwartz Nursery and Garden Center, and Shemin Nurseries, who have a close relationship with Lake Park to help design the garden and provide in-kind donation. They encourage the network of individuals, alumni, retirees, community members, and staff members to donate to the cause. Dean Bladel, Dave Victor, and others will further explain the planning that went into this, the donations, the hard work that went into the actual creation of the Memorial Garden at West, and a parallel garden that is going to be constructed at East Campus. But in closing, Jim Roberts and I are extremely grateful for the dedication and hard work that it takes to bring such a wonderful project to fruition. We applaud all those involved, and again, we appreciate very much you being here this morning. Thank you.
I would now like to turn it over to Mariana Colucci and Noel Fioredo. In your program it says we'd be at this point unveiling the Memorial Garden plaque, but you can see that we've already unveiled it. And because it was going to rain, we want to make sure people had a chance to see it. So they'll provide some words of inspiration.
I think what we do in memory, we do to show our love. The love that we in our school have for those remembered here today, and the love that they had for us. This love keeps them alive in every single one of us. This love carries us through the hard days and motivates us on the good ones. This love will never be lost.
Through the many years of history and the many people who have gone through Lake Park High School, these individuals whose names are in this garden have made some of the greatest impacts. From the staff who fostered the young minds to grow, to the students whose brains were the sponges for learning, and for everyone else, it would not have been possible without those remembered here today, and remembered for countless years to come. These individuals left an important legacy that will forever be remembered. We want to thank and remember the following people for their impact on our school and our community.
Leonard Boone, Scott Bradley, Robert Bob Brandel, Clifford Buckles, Dan Kristoff, class of 1984 classmates, John Corwin, Amy Daly, Michael Dice Sr., Sig Dietz,
Amanda Dombrowski, Elliott family, G.H. Elliott, Carl Forrester, Chris Frizzell, Megan Henry, Dan Hildebrandt, Jim Hildner, Jake Hilligoss, Constance Hunsberger, James Kesanitz,
Ralph and Pat Krupke, Staff Sergeant Paul Laterney, David W. Little, Donald B. Little, James Jamie Little, Don Lovelace, Kathy Marino, Jim Pickett, Lucy Pieri, Jack Pomato, Henry W. Rodewald,
Claudia Sloan, Wayne Stack, Frank Sterro, Eugene T. Swercheski, those who gave the gift of education, Andre and Marie Valley, Stanley Wheeler, and Peter Zielinski.
In closing, and before our choral group comes out to sing the alma mater, I'd like to thank all of you for coming here this morning. And it's our sincere hope that the Memorial Garden will be as special place to you as it is to us. As I noted earlier, the Memorial Garden is a fruition of a dream, of a vision. But making that vision reality required the work of a lot of people. And Janet touched on some of those individuals. But I would like to take a few minutes just to recognize some of these people again. First, I would like to thank the members of the Memorial Garden Committee. They worked awfully hard along the way to make sure that the idea we had developed into a plan and then implemented that plan. I would like to thank the architectural firm of Archon and Associates for generously donating to us their design services for the Memorial Garden. I would like to thank the Lake Park Educational Foundation for spearheading the successful fundraising effort that led to the building of the Memorial Garden. I would like to thank Lake Park High School, its students, its faculty and staff, its Board of Education, and the district maintenance staff for contributing countless hours of time needed to construct that garden. I would like to extend a special thank you to all of those who contributed the benches, the lighting, the trees, and the bricks that have made this Memorial Garden a special place. And the names of these donors are listed prominently in your program on pages 7 to 9. Finally, I would be remiss if I didn't note one other thing. The success of our fundraising efforts have allowed us to enhance the small reflective garden at the East Campus, as well as giving us the resources to both maintain the West Campus Memorial Garden and the East Campus Memorial Garden over time. So again, in closing, I thank you for coming. I thank you for your contributions. And again, I hope that this garden is as special to you as it is to us. And with that, I'd like to turn the program over to Lake Park Chorus, who will sing our alma mater. And if you could please stand during the alma mater, I would appreciate it. Again, thank you for coming, and please, we have some refreshments in the lobby, and if you want to spend some time again at the Memorial Garden, feel free to do that. Thank you.